Afternoon students, in our last few classes we are discussing about Sher Shah, that how he captured the throne of Delhi and gradually he established the Sur dynasty, and we also discussed about some of his prominent administrative policies which were followed by Akbar in future. We discussed about his provincial administrative structure, we discussed about his central administrative structure and land revenue policies. We discussed about Patta and Kabuliyat, a unique land revenue system after measurement and acceptance of the common people. Along with that, we discussed about the GT road for the better communication, how he made that road for the better connectivity. We discussed about Saraikhanas, or those postal offices at that time which worked as the resting house for the traders and the travelers. We also discussed about that he introduced rupiah, silver coins, the name which still we use to describe Indian currency. So there were certain multiple things to discuss about Sher Shah. Along with, we discussed about his efficiency to control his soldiers and armies. Today we will just assess about Sher Shah's good points, and we will discuss about the architectures which took place during Sher Shah's rule. Here you can see two pictures. One is called Rohatsagar Fort and the tomb of Sher Shah at Sasaram, which he himself built before his death. And that Rohatsagar Fort, you can see it is also situated in Bihar. When he was the provincial governor of Bihar, he built this. It has a unique structure, and the doors to enter in this fort were quite different from the other forts we find in India. This mausoleum or the tomb of Sher Shah, one of the unique kind of architecture, proper Islamic architecture was followed, along with the Indian style of architecture was compiled here. So Sher Shah Suri had this kind of knack for creating a different type of architecture. We can see that. Along with this, Sher Shah rebuilt few areas of Purana Kella at Delhi. Students, just now I was discussing about certain architectures which were built during the rule of Sher Shah. First we talked about Rohatsagar Fort. I already told that and shown you the picture, and few buildings in the Purana Killa at Delhi he rebuilt and prepared, and he built his own mausoleum or the tomb at Sasaram. The tomb is built in the middle of a lake on a high platform. The tomb combines the features of Hindu and Islamic architecture. Already I told you that. And Sher Shah patronized several poets and scholars and learned men. Now we will go for the assessment. First of all, about his military skill. Within the 5 years, his empire was extended from Bengal to the Indus. In this map you can see this. From Bengal in the east, he extended his empire up to Indus Valley. So you can understand this area, green colored area, was captured by Sher Shah within 5 years rule. So he was really a capable military commander, which proves. Now the next point, he gradually consolidated his position. He established an effective central and provincial administration system, much of which was later adopted by the Mughals. I already explained this in the first part of our video, that his effective central governing system, which had several departments, and he was at the head of the system, and in the provincial sector, how he divided his territories into Sikh or Sarkar, then into the villages and the officials who worked under his control on the specific areas. We have already discussed about that. So these were so effective, that's why the Mughals, especially Akbar, followed these policies. Being a military general, he emphasized on strong and disciplined standing army. We already know about that. The standing army, he trained it properly, and that's why you can understand by the achievement of Sher Shah by capturing certain areas. He also emphasized on strict and impartial judicial administration, and that was the most important positive side of his rule. He was always impartial for any kind of judgment. There are several instances when he proved that he never had any kind of partial decision. He always took the right decision. Now, he worked for the welfare of the people. As you know, he set up a proper good communication system, and we know that about the Saraikhanas or the postal system along with GT road. Next is that he helped the farmers, and during the natural calamities, farmers were given advantages like loan and others. Changes made in currency, that currency system, introduction of rupiah, showed his administrative wisdom. 3 kind of coins were popular: gold, mohar, silver, rupiah, and copper, that was dam. So these 3 kinds of coins were popular during his rule, but the rupiah became common. Sher Shah followed the policy of religious tolerance. He always respected the capability of a person, not according to the religion. That's why Brahmajit Gaur was a Hindu. One of his official, Raja Todarmal, was known as luminary, one who is prominent in a particular sphere of Akbar's court, started his career under Sher Shah. You can understand this. Sher Shah personally presents a rare combination of enterprise and more or less a human political conduct.